Jonathan Bullard, come on down. You're a Minnesota Viking. All right, welcome back to the Onebar and Lupagus show. I'm Onebar with Lupagus. Vikings making move after move. Albert Wilson, Jonathan Bullard. Next stop, Super Bowl champions.
Yeah, we're pretty much, you could probably call this almost the fourth wave of free agency. We're so deep in this thing. Vikings, 2 signings in a week here. Jonathan Bullard, I remember him coming out in the draft back in 2016, being a third-round pick of the Bears. And you look at his stats. What would you call this guy? A role player?
I don't know. I think that might even be given a little much credit. But Bullard, when he came out of the draft, I remember he was a boomer bust guy, and there was times where he was actually mocked in round 1 for quite a while there. So when he went in round 3, at that point, everyone's like, oh, man, the Bears got a steal. They got Jonathan Bullard. He goes to the Bears and ends up being one of the Bears' bigger busts over the last handful of years.
Yeah, I feel like it was a position, like he was those tweener guys, never really fit in at a true position. That maybe was his downfall. But again, he's still in the league. I mean, this guy's been around for what, 6 seasons. And
Willie Beavers is still in the league.
Chicago, Arizona, Seattle, and Atlanta. The Vikings will be his 5th team. And I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to go ahead and project if he's going to make the team yet or not. But a guy who gives him some depth, probably going to play some end. I'm looking at, the 5 tech position in our 3-4 front. Maybe he kicks inside in 4-3, but an experienced guy in this front anyway. So maybe that's what they brought him in for.
Well, he'll definitely be on the end. 6'3", 296. He's a big boy. 3 years with the Bears. I mean, he only started 5 games with his time with the Bears. Then ended up going to the Cardinals, Seahawks, last year with the Falcons. He just doesn't – he's a guy that can't seem to get playing time. Wherever he goes, he doesn't really get out on the field. I think there's intrigue around him. I went back and looked at his draft profiles. He was pretty much a guy that was raw, and somebody had to work with him to become the player they wanted. That clearly has not happened yet. And bouncing around from practice squads, getting cut. I mean, that's probably what he's looking at coming into the Vikings, where – Maybe he gets that tail end spot, or maybe he's a practice squatter, but really I don't see us seeing a ton of him on the field.
Well, I mean, much like you, when it came to puberty, you were a late bloomer. Maybe Jonathan Bullard is just a late bloomer too. Maybe it is
positive thinking.
He's got to find the right situation, the right coaches to cultivate the talent that made him. Some people believe he was a first-round talent coming to Florida. To me, the bigger question is this. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Who are the Vikings going to cut now to make room on the roster for Jonathan Bullard? I got some options. I got a couple options here. Number 1, and I hope
you're diving right into this.
I hope our good friend Sway's Queries is sitting down, because I'm looking at Nate Stanley, quarterback. Get him off the team. Jonathan Bullard's taking your spot.
Yeah, I mean, we do have still a handful of undrafted free agents out there. I mean, look at cornerbacks, like, I don't know. I mean, we got some cornerbacks on the team, like Ty Smith. But yeah, I mean, Nate Stanley, he probably shouldn't be on the team anymore.
He's one. I look at a couple of wide receivers too. Myron Mitchell, Tristan Jackson, these guys. Dan Chesina, get his ass off this team already. What's the point? So there's definitely some guys. Those are who I'm looking at. And we brought in Albert Wilson. We got rid of a running back, so it doesn't have to be position for position. But look at the D-line. Guys like T.J. Smith definitely could be an option.
Well, hey, hold on. Tristan Jackson, you must haven't been watching. This guy is getting serious love lately. He is not getting cut.
I haven't seen anything, but I'm just saying these guys, asset in these positions that are already deep, these are the guys who one of these guys can get let go. We'll see which one it is. It should be released sometime tomorrow, I'm sure.
And looking at, Bullard, the situation that he's coming into, again, we've said this multiple times with random defensive ends in this new 3-4. He's coming into a good spot. This defensive line doesn't have a ton of depth. So, I mean, he's going to be battling with the Julian Taylors, the Jalen Twymans, the TJ Smiths. So I can see why he picked, or maybe he didn't pick the Vikings. I guess he really can't pick at this point, but he's coming into a good spot, at least to compete for a roster spot.
And his advantage is he is a true 5-tech, experienced in that spot. So that what gives him a leg up on some of these other guys. Sure, maybe converting, transitioning to a new defense. He's done it before, and he's done it at a low level, but he's done it before.
He's the bull. He's the Bullard.
Get the bull. Grab the bull.
Yeah, Lupagus just left. He does this all the time. Anyways, Jonathan Bullard is a Minnesota Viking. Let us know your thoughts down in the comments. I will check on Lupagus to make sure he is alive, but I will be back very, very soon talking Vikings. Make sure to subscribe, hit that like button.